Hey, what is up, drummers and drum enthusiasts of YouTube? Andrew Rooney here, full-time drummer and drum teacher based right here in Auckland, New Zealand. We are back with another PayPal request for Sean Grady. I'm going to read out the message. Hey, Andrew, thanks for making such wonderful videos. Yeah. That we all get to enjoy.
That's what she said.
I don't know why I can't say that stuff with a straight face. Thank you very much, Sean. That's very kind of you. I really like seeing what your takes are on some of my favorite drummers and interesting videos that come your way. I did notice that while you've been introduced to one of my personal favorites, POSTONES of TesseracT.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
You haven't had a chance to react to a few of his recent Meinl videos that were released with their latest album and decided to change that. Right, I decided to change the fact that you haven't reacted. Yeah, got it. This is Meinl Cymbals, POSTONES Natural Disaster by TesseracT. One note about the song, this is an instrumental version, not the full version with their singer Daniel Tompkins. Daniel is the one who sang on the recent Earthside. Ben Shambrom, Let the Truth Speak, official drum playthrough reaction. You're blowing my mind there, Sean. Earthside has guest singers on many of their tracks. I would encourage you to listen to the full version as well, just to see how well this pairs with the vocals. There is a little bit more here. You know what? I don't want to do anyone wrong, so I'm going to read out the rest of your message at the end of the video. But just for now, we're going to hit it. It is a Meinl Cymbals video, which they're always top of the range, production value, mind-blowing. And it is POSTONES Natural Disaster by TesseracT. Let's check it out. Straight away, there it is. Just had the most horrible thought. It's POSTONES. POSTONES? I think I was doing a Spanish pronunciation for some reason. POSTONES. POSTONES, isn't it? Hit me in the comments with all your hate and vitriol. But, you know, no, let's go. This is the worst intro ever. Let's go back. Let's do this justice. Let's go from the top. That was sounding dope. Worst intro ever. My intro. Control, dynamics. Damn. Oh my God. Is the type, I love that pause there. Is the type of player I can see him, I could mute this and just play it and I'd know he's a great drummer. The swing, that just beautiful whip molar, whatever you want to label it as, that flow in the arms, the wrist, the fingers, the control. Look at that stick coming, that left hand just coming right back. Full beautiful whip motion technique and just effortlessly slamming. You can tell this guy plays really loud with authority, but relaxed. And that's kind of the holy grail when it comes to heavier genre playing, is just loud and with lots of power, but relaxed. I can tell instantly this guy's got so much headroom and he is inside the music. This is already very, very impressive. Damn. Hello, Cymbals. Gonna give me some Meinls. Just the flow. Okay. going on here? What's that right hand technique? Dancing back and forth along that stack. So cool. Ringo. Again. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful flowing technique. Wow. Breathing. See the breathing there? Reset. Come on! Oh! Might have the best wrists I've ever seen. And yes, that is what she said. Incredible wrist technique. Can't say that kind of thing without breathe it out. Best floor tom tone of all time. Really loose head too. You can see it. Wobble. Tasty. Those wrists. Hell yeah. I'm kind of stunned here.
Hey, I'm Jay POSTONES, and these
Jay POSTONES. Oh my god, Jay, I am so sorry. I mean, for real now, I joke around a lot on this channel, for real now. It's not cool getting people's names wrong. The way I do things, my views are genuinely a first time watch, okay? It's always, unless I say otherwise, it's always a first time. I've never seen this video before. I like to go in with as little noise as possible, and that includes, trying to find how to pronounce someone's name, something as basic as that. So my apologies, sincerely. It's not cool getting someone's name wrong. If someone was saying, hey, that guy Andrew Rooney, not that I would care, but it's just like, this is not my name. So J POSTONES, and British geezer, right? Isn't it? He's a British geezer. This is someone you see down the pub, isn't it? Oh, Jay. I think now typically on the Meinl videos, they do a bit of a gear rundown. I have typically in the past sort of veered away from that and steered you towards the original video, which, as you can see, subscribe to Meinl Cymbals. You need to do the same. Original video link in the description of all my videos, so please do go along. Obviously, support the original video, support Meinl Cymbals. But people have been really interested in gear lately on the channel. So, let's just carry on. And I believe that's what they're going to do here, is they're going to take you through what the cymbals actually are.
The cymbals you just saw me play. Byzance 15-inch extra dry medium thin hi-hats. Byzance 18-inch extra dry thin crash. Byzance 18-inch traditional extra thin hammered crash. Byzance 10-inch vintage splash.
Thin cymbals.
Byzance 22-inch vintage crash. A stack consisting of a Byzance 16-inch.
He's using a vintage crash as a ride cymbal, or at least in the ride cymbal position. Interesting.
Traditional trash crash.
Trash crash.
On top of a pure alloy 12-inch trash china. Byzance 15-inch Foundry Reserve hi-hats. Byzance 21-inch polyphonic ride.
Oh, the ride's down there.
Byzance 20-inch equilibrium china. I'm also using Meinl Drum Honey. Let me not say it like that though, holy Drum Honey! I'm also using Meinl Drum Honey. I can't not say it like that! I'm also using Meinl Drum Honey.
Nailed it. One of these drummers that, I have gone into before once. And I check out so many drummers, and just being open and transparent, I forget about people. I can't help it. I just see so many guys, so many gals that play drums, and I forget names and I forget people. This guy is a heavy player. Now I'm going to get back to the original message here and continue it from the person who's requested this, Sean Grady. Okay, some notes about J POSTONES, not J POSTONES. He does not sight read music. He mostly programs his drums in MIDI and uses that to practice. Awesome. When Mike Malian Monuments took over for a live set during the pandemic called Portals, he had to write out all of his MIDI music by hand in order to learn it. It's interesting that he did actually write it out to learn it. This particular set of cymbals is what he has called a dream set on one of the Meinl videos. And there's a quotation. The mix most certainly is on point. This wasn't cool though. It was Meinl's engineer, who I had the great pleasure of working with on the previous Meinl shoot too. We didn't take any individual hits during the session so far as I'm aware. This is an organic mix of the performance. I arrived at this particular cymbal setup following the recording session for TesseracT's 5th album. It's a dream setup, to be honest. I couldn't be happier. Now, I think what he's saying here is we didn't take any individual hits during the session in terms of literally just hitting one cymbal and letting it decay. You might edge it, you might ping it, bell, and then you might do the other one. I've done that on a few sessions. I've hung out with the engineer and given him, I guess, a few potential samples for the future. I believe that's what he's talking about here, but anyway, we'll carry on. He has a ton of teaching resources on his own channel, which I will link to in the description of the video, along with a ton of IEM in-ear mix with the metronomes he uses during his performance and a few other takes. Personal influences include Steve Gadd, of course, Thomas Huck, Morgan Organ, Steph Brox, Dennis Chambers, and Tony Royster Jr., all incredibly heavy drummers, of course. He started as a keyboard player until he was 12, and then he found the proper instrument. No, I'm just kidding. Which is where he realized he was able to play drums naturally. An excellent read if you're interested, and he's got an interview with Mike Dolbear. As you already know, he is an extremely fluid and precise drummer, that's an understatement, and has a ton of fun at gigs, plus is a delight on his live streams and lessons. A very cool guy indeed. I think he would make an excellent guest on your podcast if he's got time to do it. Thank you again for this content. I really appreciate it. All the best. Well, Sean Grady, hell of a pick. Hell of a pick. And absolutely any drummer I feature on this channel, I would be honored to talk to them, do a video interview, and make that interview on the channel in video form, and also make it a podcast interview. Jay Postones, completely different style to me. I'm a little bit of a reader as well. He's not a reader, and all of those differences contribute to a good interview in my book. I mean, it's really nice and natural interviewing people who do things similar to yourself. It's also fascinating for me to talk to people who do things completely different. And, there's a million ways to skin the cat, and he's obviously a phenomenal player, and he seems to have his own way of doing it. But the MIDI thing makes total sense to me. Map it out in MIDI, and, whatever that reminder is for you for your parts, you do need some type of reminder, I think, especially if you're playing music that's complicated. But yeah, absolutely, I would love to talk to him. Would love to talk to him about his process, how he memorized all this, the MIDI thing, his influences, and just geek out on drums, of course. But guys, remember, original video link in the description. Go and get it. And remember, if you have a specific reaction request that you want to guarantee gets on the channel, the only way I can guarantee that is via the PayPal link. And if you would like to support the channel further, you can hit that subscribe button. There's also a Patreon. It's just $5 a month, and you will get access to the blocked videos. With that said, guys, take it easy. Keep chopping wood. Ciao.